The CIPRIBER LIFE project's captive breeding program is being conducted at the Galasancho Fish Breeding Center located beside the Tormes River. We joined environmental engineering students from the Polytechnic University of Madrid on a visit to the facilities to learn more about the breeding program from one of its directors, José Carlos Velasco, employed by the Castilla and León regional government.
De la provincia de Salamanca. Las tenéis aquí, esta es la zona de
This is the area encompassed by the LIFE project, and here we have two species of the genus Achondrostoma, known as the bermejuela and the sarda. Two species of loach, the Iberian spined loach and the Alagon loach. Two species of northern straight-mouthed nays, the Duero nays and the river nays, which mainly inhabit the Tagus River basin, and finally the Iberian roach. These are the 7 species. Previously, we visited other centres breeding cyprinids in Portugal and in Vegas del Guadiana, Extremadura, Spain, where the regional government of Extremadura runs a fish farm, and the first piece of advice they gave us is that we would need at least 2 sites for each species. Last year we released 4 species, the 2 sardas and the 2 loaches. Initially we considered tagging the fish, but it proved impossible to tag such small fry or even adults. We decided not to release the fish in areas where the breeding stock had been caught in order to safeguard against introducing disease. Instead, we released them within their area of distribution, but at sites where we could monitor them. These were located in public countryside or on private land with the owner's consent, but in both cases where the project's target species had disappeared. These river ponds and stretches act as reservoirs, and when floods occur, as has happened, the specimens can spread further throughout their distribution area.
Lo que hacemos en los estanques de CIPRIBER es una vez al
CIPRIBER
año
project
los
sites are
vaciamos.
cleared once a year. We remove the vegetation and structures that provide shelter for the fish, heap the gravel, and lower the water level to facilitate electrofishing.
Lo sacamos del estanque, amontonamos la grava y bajamos el nivel de agua.
We then conduct a count of all the adult and juvenile specimens caught, distinguishing between males and females where possible, and all specimens are measured. Once the fish have been counted, we then decide whether to return them to the same site, mix populations, or remove them for repopulation elsewhere.
O los llevamos a repoblar una vez que sabemos lo que hay y decidimos cuántos quedan en cada estanque. Yo espero para que os hagáis una idea.
I hope this gives you an idea of the LIFE CIPRIBER project. The captive breeding program has enabled successful completion of the reproductive cycles of most of the species targeted by the LIFE CIPRIBER project. In the coming years, the aim is to develop this kind of program for more difficult species.
Los monográficos del CIPRIBER presentan los aspectos más relevantes de este proyecto LIFE a través de una serie de reportajes en 4 capítulos de libre acceso a través del portal web de la Confederación Hidrográfica del Duero. Capítulo 1. Cría en cautividad. Capítulo 2. Actuaciones en cauces. Capítulo 3. Análisis y estudios filogenéticos. Capítulo 4. El CIPRIBER frente al cambio climático.